Have you ever felt a chill down your spine that had nothing to do with the cold? That's exactly how I felt on Halloween night last year. It started like any other Halloween: crisp air, leaves crunching under our feet, and the sky painted in shades of orange and purple as the sun dipped below the horizon. I was dressed as a pirate, with a flimsy plastic sword and a hat that kept slipping over my eyes. My friends, Lily and Max, were a vampire and a mummy, respectively. We'd mapped out our route earlier, determined to hit every house in the neighborhood, especially the ones known for giving out king-size candy bars. We were halfway through our usual route when Max, always the daredevil, pointed to a house at the end of the cul-de-sac. The house loomed at the end of the street like a forgotten relic, its windows dark, and the porch covered in shadows. No one ever trick or treated there. It was like an unspoken rule. "Let's check it out," Max suggested with a grin, his white mummy bandages glowing eerily in the streetlights. Lily and I hesitated. The house had a reputation. Some said it was haunted. Others swore they'd seen shadows moving inside. But curiosity got the better of us. "All right," I said, trying to sound brave. "Let's go." We crossed the street, and the crunch of gravel under our shoes seemed louder than ever. The closer we got, the colder the air felt. I noticed that even the crickets had stopped chirping. The house was darker than I'd thought, and the paint on the wooden panels was peeling. An old, rusty swing hung from the porch, creaking slowly in the breeze. I shivered, but not just from the cold. We walked up to the door, and Max knocked, 3 loud thuds that seemed to echo into the night. We waited, but there was no answer. "Maybe no one's home," Lily whispered, clearly hoping we could just leave. But Max knocked again, more insistently this time. Suddenly, the door creaked open, just a crack. We exchanged nervous glances. "Hello?" I called out, my voice trembling slightly. No answer. But then, I saw a small flicker of light deep within the house, like a candle struggling against the darkness. "Let's just grab some candy and go," Max suggested, already stepping inside. I hesitated at the threshold, feeling like I was crossing some invisible line. But I couldn't let Max go alone, so I followed, with Lily right behind me. The air inside was thick, musty, and smelled like old books and dust. The candlelight flickered at the end of a long hallway, casting strange shadows on the walls. "This place gives me the creeps," Lily whispered. I agreed, but there was something pulling me forward. Maybe it was just the thrill of doing something we weren't supposed to. Or maybe it was the faint sound like a soft, distant whisper. We tiptoed down the hallway, the floorboards creaking under our feet. Max was the first to reach the flickering light. He picked up the candle. It was in an old-fashioned brass holder, the kind you only see in antique shops. The flame flickered wildly, casting long, eerie shadows that seemed to dance along the walls. Suddenly, we heard a thud from upstairs. My heart leapt into my throat. "What was that?" Lily whispered, clutching my arm. I didn't answer. I couldn't. The whispering sound grew louder, but now, it seemed to come from all around us. Max, with his usual fearless grin, started up the staircase, the candle in his hand lighting his path. "Are you coming or not?" he called back. I swallowed hard. "This is a bad idea," I muttered, but I started up the stairs anyway. Lily followed, her footsteps hesitant. As we climbed, the whispering grew louder, but I couldn't make out any words. It was like 100 voices murmuring just out of earshot. The upstairs landing was dimly lit, but there was a faint glow coming from a door at the end of the hall. Max pushed it open, revealing a room filled with cobwebs and an old, dusty chandelier hanging from the ceiling. In the center of the room was a large, ornate mirror. It looked out of place, almost too clean. I felt a strange pull toward it, like it was calling me. I stepped closer, and that's when I saw the reflection wasn't right. The room in the mirror was brighter, and there were figures moving behind us, even though no one was there. "Guys, do you see that?" I whispered, pointing at the mirror. Max turned to look, and his grin finally faltered. "Yeah, I see it," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. Lily gasped. "I think we should leave now." Just as she said that, the door slammed shut with a deafening bang, and the candle went out. The whispering turned into a low, guttural growl. My heart was pounding so hard, I thought it would burst out of my chest. I fumbled in the darkness, trying to find the doorknob, and then, a cold hand touched my shoulder. I screamed. Everything went black. When I opened my eyes, I was on the porch outside. The door closed tightly behind us. The house was silent, and the candle was gone. Max and Lily were beside me, both pale and breathing heavily. We exchanged wide-eyed looks but said nothing. We didn't need to. We ran fast without looking back, our bags of candy swinging wildly at our sides. We never spoke of that house again. We avoided it every Halloween after that, but sometimes, just sometimes, when the wind blows just right, I swear I can still hear that whisper. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching.